This channel's not for children. Injustice is an alternate franchise of the DC canon, where I'm going to go and explain the story, so fuck the intro. We saw with Superman and Lois asleep, but then Superman hears some extra heartbeats and finds out that Lois is pregnant. He goes to yap about this to Batman, who already knows and doesn't give a fuck because he's too busy hunting down Joker and Harey Quinn, who are in Metropolis, Superman's hometown, to, you guessed it, take over the world. Which, side note, I need to go on a rant here. I fucking hate this version of Joker and Harley Quinn. I know everybody's already talked about it, but still, we'll start with Joker first. Okay, so with this Joker, the one thing I do like about him is the size, but aside from the size of him being 7 to 8 feet tall and towering over characters like Lois, his voice when he scowls is like, I'm bullying the best joke ever. It's so edgy and tries way too hard to be scary, but it's not. And this stupid ass mustache on his face. Harley Quinn's even worse. Her voice is more raspy and scratchy and high-pitched than usual. She blows up a whole city. But, oh wait, she has big boobs and she's hot, so it's okay. I fucking hate Harley Quinn stumps. So it doesn't do anything in this movie besides from annoy Green Arrow and again just be hot. There's a female character in this that is much better, who we'll get to later. Anyway, so Joker and Harley kidnap Lois, and Batman sends out Flash to go find them, and they instantly kill Flash in a trap involving buzzsaws and fear toxin. Real quick, in the Justice games, Flash is a main antagonist who works alongside Superman, but eventually turns into a leaf. He's also voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, aka Ben 10, and yeah, fucking wait, it's only 10 voice lines. So, Flash dies and no one gives a fuck, so Superman goes to hunt down Joker and Harley Quinn. Mind you, he goes to a ship that he sees that's full of fear toxin. And Joker and Harley were in gas masks, and they make him see Doomsday, so he flies him up into space to kill him. How it turns out that is his wife Lois Lane, and Harley Quinn somehow had the time to put a bomb in her chest that blows the fuck up, burning everyone in Metropolis alive, and thus the place is nothing but ashes. Superman is stricken by grief and gently fights down with Lois, depressed, and he instantly zooms off with Joker. Green Lantern tries to stop him, but he steals his wing and makes him fall. Although Hal Jordan doesn't die, he comes back later, but we'll get to that. Batman's interrogating Joker on why the fuck him and Harley Quinn burnt the fuck out of a city. And Joker reveals to Batman that it's simply because him and Harley Quinn got bored. I'm serious. Because they got fucking bored. They got tired being beat up by the Bat family, so they thought a game with Superman was an easy mode. And the stupid ass laugh happens. While Joker's over here giggling, Superman thankfully comes in a badass scene which recreates the evil Superman eyes, and he rams his fist up Joker's gut, killing him, and then he falls saying, "Now that's a punchline." And then Batman is horrified, and thus we get the title card. Afterwards, Superman and Wonder Woman then decide that they're going to take over the world, and anyone who doesn't like it can fuck themselves and get brutally murdered. In space, the Justice League are over talking about what the hell they're supposed to do with the world now that it's in their hands. Batman is against this, same with Plastic Man, because they believe in redemption, as Plastic Man used to be a criminal, but had 3 and 4 chances to turn his life around. And Batman is against it because killing is what caused him to turn to Batman in the first place from the death of his parents. On top of that, he has a girlfriend, Catwoman, which was a burglar in Gotham City that stole to survive. As when Selina Kyle was little, her dad, mob boss, Carmine Falcone, abandoned her, and she was left to fend for herself on the streets. She crossed paths with Batman during his early year, and while the two of them were enemies, he was eventually able to redeem her and turn her into a hero and a member of the Bat family. So, if Batman kills Catwoman, then that means he wasted all that time, and the Robins grow up without a stepmom figure. So, because of this, the Justice League disbands, but Superman, who has already taken out a war in Iraq, goes to find Batman and tries to get him to join his team. Batman refuses to join Superman because, again, he refuses to go and kill Catwoman just because of Superman's stupidity and relationship issues. Plus, it's his fault with the toxin anyways. So, because he won't join him, Superman and Wonder Woman retaliate by going to Arkham Asylum to murder the inmates. Mind you, the inmates are already locked up, and they're not leaving anytime soon. Batman not even going to stop him and sees that Batman's youngest son, Damian Wayne, the son of him and Talia and grandson of Ra's al Ghul, is joining Superman because he's a bastard who just wants to kill for fun. He manages to disarm Cyborg, and this leads to a fight, which involves Poison Ivy. I'm highlighting Poison Ivy in particular because Poison Ivy is another major character in Justice like the Flash that they don't use. She doesn't die here to my knowledge, but she's, again, a supporting character with Harley Quinn, and for her to not have a voice in this is just a waste of potential. And this is coming from somebody that fucking hates Poison Ivy and her bland character. So, at the end of the fight, Damian throws a staff at Nightwing and he fucking dies, which causes Batman to disown him. Mind you, Nightwing is the same nigga that went up against Satan himself, but hey, fuck that, I guess. So Nightwing dies and he turns into Deadwing, and Superman goes out to find Catwoman because of Nightwing's death, and then while she was trying to steal, she goes and cuffs Batman. To which, by the way, I am really surprised that Superman didn't kill Catwoman, as I thought he was either going to kidnap her or kill her in order to make Batman fall to villainy too. And with Catwoman, she's really well done in this movie. First off, her and Batman actually had their relationship as it is, healthy and normal. Selina is the fun-loving mom, he's a strict dad. And I love this so much because, yes, while Catwoman does have a greed addition with her money, one, it stands for her being poor as a child, so it makes sense. And in case y'all don't know, Gotham City is the worst fucking city in the DC universe. All the money goes to the mob bosses, hence why Catwoman seems to survive. I am so fucking tired of people saying that Batman and Catwoman are bad parents and that they are in an abusive relationship. Because if you actually read the comic books and look at their fucking origin stories, you can see that them being together actually makes sense. So, after she manages to calm Batman down, they go and form the Resistance and get Superman. And meanwhile, Damian goes to his grandfather, Ra's al Ghul, so that way he can help them build a super weapon to take out Batman. They have another fight in Ra's al Ghul's lair, well, the Fortress of Solitude for that matter, with Superman, where Superman tries to kill Batman, but he accidentally ricochets one of Green Arrow's arrows and kills his dad. So because of this, Superman and Wonder Woman and Cyborg go and announce that any superheroes that does not work with them will be murdered on spot. Batman and Catwoman go out to try to save a warehouse for teenagers, but it gets burnt by Superman just because they were wearing Joker cosplay. They weren't criminals, they weren't killers, they weren't robbers. They were just teenagers having a party wearing Joker cosplay. Wonder Woman, unlike the game, because in the game, Wonder Woman was an evil bitch that manipulated Superman all the way and put out all the blueprints just because she wanted world domination. Here, she actually comes to her senses and generally thought she was just doing the right thing and getting away from criminals, but then she realized that Superman's batshit crazy, so she joins Batman. Superman then corners Batman in this open field, and Batman uses the multiverse from the game to summon a good Superman. However, because Injustice Superman is not holding back and has no kill rule now, he brutally beats up and destroys the good Superman. We get this cute little scene where Batman holds Catwoman in his cape because, again, they are a good couple and not abusive and not neglectful. Please read the fucking comics. That is not how the relationship works. If there's one praise I can give about this movie for all of its faults, is the portrayal of Catwoman in her relationship with Batman. Because it's normal, it's healthy, and they stay together until the end. Thank you for this. Superman then corners Batman, ducks him to the ground, and prepares to kill him in front of Catwoman, saying that he's not going to stop just because someone talks him out of it. However, Batman, he always has prep time. Mr. Terrific pulls out a pregnant Lois Lane from an alternate dimension, who Superman died because he was fighting Brainiac. And as we all know, women are the greatest weakness of all time. Superman falls to his knees and starts crying because, well, he's a fucking idiot. Plus, this wasn't even Batman's fault in the first place. It was his fault for going to the fear toxin. If he just listened to Batman when he told him not to do that shit, none of this would have happened. So Superman sees the error of his ways, and Batman locks him up in the Red Sun prison so he can be called out whenever the Justice League needs him, as opposed to killing him like he wanted to. So Batman takes over the planet instead to restore it to normal, with Catwoman as his queen, as he should be.